In this video, I'm looking at how to reverse cellular aging and fix the root cause of fatigue, giving you back the relentless, high-performance energy you thought you lost a decade ago. Look at your calendar right now. If you are looking at your daily schedule and feeling a quiet sense of dread, because your brain feels like it's running through wet cement by 2 p.m., you don't have a time management problem, you have a cellular energy crisis. Let's stop the scroll right here and be entirely honest with each other. Look at this bottle of premium cold brew coffee or that expensive cognitive booster sitting on your desk. You've been told that to keep up with the demands of building an empire, scaling your business, and showing up for your family, you just need to grind harder, drink more caffeine, and out-discipline your exhaustion. That is a lie. In fact, it is a dangerous cycle that is actively accelerating how fast your body is breaking down. I know exactly where you are sitting right now because I used to look at the exact same four walls, staring at a screen, watching my productivity metrics plummet while my stress hormones skyrocketed. You wake up after a solid 7 or 8 hours of sleep, yet you still feel like your battery icon is flashing red at 10%. You sit down to make a critical, high-stakes strategic decision for your company, but the mental clarity you used to rely on has been replaced by a vague, frustrating haze. You find yourself rereading the same email 3 times just to comprehend the data. You've tried cutting out carbohydrates, you've tried the trending biohacking routines, you bought the blue light blocking glasses, and you've spent thousands of dollars on generic multivitamins that promise to restore your vitality. Yet, nothing changes. The underlying sluggishness remains. You start to quietly worry that maybe you've just hit your peak, that aging is an undefeated opponent, and that you have to accept this diminished version of yourself as your new normal. You feel trapped in a physical container that can no longer keep up with the speed of your vision. But what if I told you that your age isn't the actual issue? What if the calendar year on your birth certificate has very little to do with why you feel completely drained? The reality is shift thinking. Your chronological age is fixed, but your biological age is completely malleable. The exhaustion you are experiencing isn't a character flaw, and it isn't an inevitable consequence of turning 40 or 50. It is a highly specific, measurable biological signal. Your body is trying to tell you that its foundational infrastructure is starving for resources. Imagine trying to run a high-performance Ferrari on low-grade, contaminated fuel while the engine block itself is rusting from the inside out. No matter how hard you step on the gas pedal, no matter how premium the detailing looks on the outside, that car is going to sputter and stall. We need to look past the surface symptoms. We need to stop treating your fatigue with superficial stimulants that merely whip a tired horse to run faster. Instead, we have to look at the hidden engine driving every single human function, your cellular health. To build real trust, we have to talk about the actual root cause, not the superficial symptoms that late-night infomercials try to sell you. The symptom is brain fog and afternoon crashes. The real cause is mitochondrial decay and the drastic decline of vital human growth factors that occurs naturally after you pass the age of 25. As a business owner, you understand compound depreciation. When you neglect a critical piece of machinery in your business, its output drops by a few percentage points every single year until the entire system collapses. The human body does the exact same thing. By the time you reach middle age, your body's natural production of critical signaling molecules and cellular repair hormones has dropped by up to 80%. Your cells literally forget how to repair themselves. They stop efficiently converting the food you eat and the oxygen you breathe into pure adenosine triphosphate, the primary energy currency of your existence. This isn't just about feeling tired. It is about cellular senescence. Your cells are aging prematurely because they lack the foundational building blocks required to regenerate. When we fix the cellular environment, the systemic fatigue disappears completely. Let me tell you a story about a close colleague of mine, a brilliant founder named David. 5 years ago, David was sitting at the absolute pinnacle of his professional career. He had just secured a massive round of venture capital funding for his technology firm. On paper, he was winning at life, but behind closed doors, his physical reality was a living nightmare. He was experiencing severe, unrelenting physical burnout. He would drag himself out of bed at 6 a.m., instantly reaching for an energy drink just to face his leadership team. By noon, his heart would race from the sheer volume of synthetic stimulants flowing through his veins, yet his brain still felt entirely disconnected from his strategic goals. The turning point, the major conflict, happened during a vital board meeting. David stood up to present the quarterly growth metrics to his investors. Midway through his sentence, his mind went completely blank. He couldn't remember the key metrics. He couldn't even remember the name of his primary product line. He stood there sweating under the fluorescent lights, feeling a wave of intense humiliation and fear. He thought he was experiencing early-onset cognitive decline. He thought everything he built was about to slip through his fingers because his brain was failing him. That night, David realized that if he didn't solve his health crisis, his business growth wouldn't matter because he wouldn't be alive or capable enough to enjoy it. He didn't need another productivity app or an extra hour of sleep. He needed a radical, systemic comeback. He began deep diving into biochemical research, looking at how elite performers protect their biological longevity. He discovered that by introducing specific, natural dietary precursors and amino acid combinations, you could effectively signal the pituitary gland and the cellular mitochondria to reboot their operations. He stopped taking synthetic stimulants entirely. He focused exclusively on deep cellular nourishment and hormone precursor optimization. Within 90 days, the transformation was undeniable. The rising action of his recovery was spectacular. His focus returned with a sharpness he hadn't experienced since his 20s. He was able to work sustained 10-hour days without a single afternoon crash, and his sleep became deeply restorative. The ultimate payoff wasn't just that his business revenue doubled over the next year. It was that he regained complete sovereignty over his mind and body. He was no longer a prisoner to his physical exhaustion. Let's break down the exact framework that makes this level of cellular transformation possible. If you want to reverse cellular aging and eliminate fatigue, you must execute a three-part strategy focused entirely on cellular optimization. 1. Mitochondrial resuscitation. Your mitochondria are the microscopic power plants inside your cells. To stop them from decaying, you must eliminate the environmental stressors that damage them while feeding them specific micronutrients. This means cutting out oxidized seed oils and highly processed sugars that cause cellular inflammation, and replacing them with clean fatty acids and targeted amino acids like L-arginine and L-glutamine. These compounds act as the raw structural materials that repair damaged cellular membranes, allowing your cells to pump out energy efficiently once again. 2. Upregulating growth factors. The human body relies heavily on signaling molecules to dictate whether it is in a state of growth and repair or a state of decay. As we age, these signal lines go completely dead. To turn them back on naturally, without turning to dangerous synthetic hormone replacement therapies that shut down your body's natural production, you must utilize natural secretagogues. These are specific combinations of organic compounds, peptides, and botanical extracts that gently nudge your biological systems back into optimal performance mode, reminding your organs how to function as they did during your physical prime. 3. Reducing oxidative stress and cellular waste. Over years of high-stress business operations, your body accumulates what scientists call zombie cells, senescent cells that no longer divide but refuse to die, lingering in your tissues and secreting inflammatory markers that degrade surrounding healthy cells. To clear out this cellular debris, you must trigger autophagy. This can be achieved through strategic fasting windows combined with powerful natural antioxidants that scavenge free radicals and protect your DNA strands from shortening prematurely. Now, understanding the precise biochemical pathways of these three pillars is one thing, but knowing exactly how to implement them without spending hours measuring powders or risking your health on unverified compounds is where the real leverage lies. The exact practical method to seamlessly integrate this cellular reboot into your busy professional routine is something you will discover when you look at the comprehensive scientific resources available to you. Think about what is truly at stake here. This isn't just about avoiding a mid-afternoon yawn. It is about your legacy. It is about the quality of the life you are actively building. What is the real cost of allowing your physical energy to decay year after year? It is the missed market opportunities because you lack the energy to pursue them. It is the tense, irritable conversations with your business partners or your spouse because your nervous system is completely frayed by chronic fatigue. It is the heartbreaking reality of working yourself to the bone to achieve financial freedom, only to realize that by the time you reach the summit, your body is too broken down to enjoy a single second of it. You deserve to experience the absolute peak version of yourself. You deserve to walk into every single boardroom, every single negotiation, and every single family dinner, feeling vibrant, fully present, and deeply energized. Your health is the absolute foundation of your wealth. When you optimize your cells, you optimize your entire life. If you need to re-watch this specific section to fully absorb the reality of what your body is asking for, do it. Understand that you have the power to change this trajectory starting today. For more information on how to naturally reverse cellular aging and unlock your peak biological potential, click the link below this video. It will take you directly to a curated treasury of evidence-based health resources designed specifically for high performers who refuse to compromise on their vitality. Now, if you found this video helpful and it gave you a much-needed perspective shift on your health, I'd love for you to show some love by hitting that like button right now. It really helps our channel out and lets us know that you value this high-level practical health data. Let me know what you think in the comments by answering this one question. Do you believe that physical decline is an inevitable part of growing older, or do you believe we have a corporate responsibility to optimize our biological assets? Let's start a real debate down below. Also, if you know other business owners who are currently redlining their engines and burning themselves out from chronic exhaustion, don't keep these insights to yourself. Share this video with them right now. You could also drop a comment below and let us know what your absolute biggest takeaway was from our discussion today. Stay sharp, protect your cells, and I will see you in the next video.